Hey guys, Hecon's here with another World of Warcraft video. Today we're going to be taking a look at my gold making prep for BFA. Hopefully this video helps you out and gives you some ideas. So one of the main things I'm doing to prepare is stockpiling herbs or and other Legion mats. The reason being is that a lot of people are dumping these right now and the prices are insanely low. The Aetherol that you see in the bank right now I picked up for... Some of the stacks were 1 gold each. So 2k for a stack of Aetherol, which is really good. The rest of the herbs I picked up for between probably like 3 gold all the way up to 20 gold for the Starlight Rose. And I'm going to be switching over to my scribe to show you guys why I'm stockpiling these herbs. So the scribe on this realm had pretty decent sales in the last 2 days. Some of the values here for the glyphs are pretty low, but I'm still getting a decent amount for the Legion glyphs. Like the glyphs of the Sentinel, I got 1.8k for on this realm. Fell Touch Shards, I got 7.1k for, which is really good for a glyph. And some of the Warlock glyphs, like the Wrathguard, are still selling for a decent amount. 1.9k for the Wrathguard and 2.8k for the Floating Shards. So remember that in Legion, you can mill your herbs into either roseate pigment or shallow pigment. You can then take that pigment and turn those into Legion glyphs, which all take a fixed amount of shallow pigment and roseate pigment, depending on the class. Or if you have an abundance of roseate pigment, you can talk to the ink trader Jessica Sellers in the new Dalaran.
Open for business.
And she'll be able to trade you any of the old world inks, which are used for the older glyphs. So there's obviously going to be less people farming the Legion herbs once BFA hits, and I expect prices to rise. When that happens, it's going to be more expensive for you to mill those Legion herbs, and probably even more expensive to mill the BFA herbs for Inscription. So one of the merits to stockpiling the herbs now is you're going to be able to lock in that cheap price, and you're going to be able to get those inks for really cheap as well. So the sales on this scribe were a little bit more impressive. I think my DH did around 15k, and this tune did around 60k in the last 2 days, which is really good since I only relist once every 2 to 3 days. Pretty much when the auctions expire, so it's not too much of a hassle. It looks like I ended up getting 1.3k for Tattered Wings, 8.3k for the Void Lord, 13.3k for the Observer, which is insane. I did profession guides for Inscription back at the beginning of Legion, and I think she was getting 15k then as well for the Observer, so this has been a really good moneymaker the entire expansion, and probably will be a moneymaker going into BFA. Some more low sales. 2.6k for the Spectral Raptor glyph. Only 1k for the Sentinel glyph on this realm. Light Spawn for 2.5k. Here's a really good sale. Glyph of the Trusted Steed for 21.3k. It's really good. So it does take 70 roseate pigment and 2 sallow, but as I said, the herbs I'm getting are really cheap, so I don't really know how much the profit is, but I'm gonna guess it's probably close to like 20k. Wrathguard on this realm as well for 5.5k. And then some lows as well here. So the next items I'm stockpiling are Ancient Mana Gems and Ancient Mana Crystals. I've been flipping these all throughout Legion. However, once BFA hits, there's going to be a lot less people farming in Suramar. Thus a lot less of these on the auction house, and the prices should go up. This is a really easy way to get Ancient Mana, which is the currency that you use for the Withered scenario in Suramar. Blood DKs, Prot Paladins, and Windwalker Monks still unlock their hidden artifact appearance by doing the Withered scenario. And there's also that elusive fox mount that a lot of people haven't gotten, which also drops from the withered scenario. So the next item that I'm stockpiling slash flipping are these lost mail. These should still be sought after in BFA, as they give a toy as a reward, as well as the postmaster title. As you guys can see, I've been picking them up for as low as 3k. I think my average buy on this realm is around 5k. And I've been able to sell consistently for, I think, between 10k to 25k. 23.7, 19, 19, 14.2k, 2 more at 19k, and then 2 at 10k. So these have been really profitable on most of my realms that I'm flipping on. I think I have lost mail stockpiled on about a dozen of my realms, including some of the high pops like Illidan, Dalaran. I think if you follow me on Twitter, I posted about it, and if you've seen a few of my Twitch streams, I probably flipped a few on there as well. So these you pick up in New Dalaran, so with a lot less traffic in Dalaran, I'm gonna anticipate that these will be... I mean, it's gonna be easier to get if you're trying to do the quests. And you might even consider parking a tune there, right next to the mailbox, and logging onto it every once in a while to loot these, and throw them up on the auction house. So we're on Kel'Thuzad US now, and this is another one of my realms where I reset the lost mail.
Good day to you.
Managed to sell one for 40k, which is awesome. That's what the prices look like now. I originally reset to 50. I think I paid around 5 to 6k on this realm as well. The last realm that I showed you guys was Thrall US. I was picking them up there for between 5 to 6k average price, and then flipping them, as I said, for between 10 to 25k each. And on here, on Kel'Thuzad, the prices are even higher than that, so it's going to be even more profit once these all sell. I also wanted to show off some of the BOEs that I've been flipping on this realm. Oops. These Diadem, the Highborn. I started selling out on a few of my realms when I was listing them for between 200k to 500k, so I upped my price to 1 million for most of them, but some of the rarer ones I've been listing at 1.5 to 2 mil on most of my realms. I haven't sold any at these new prices, but these are going to be a lot harder to get once BFA drops, so I think 101 BOEs, 110 BOEs for transmog, especially the ones that drop from like mythic raids, is going to be a really good investment if you can find them for really cheap. So the next item I wanted to mention are the Steelbound Harness mounts, as well as any other items requiring Legion mats or Blood of Sargeras to craft. Once BFA drops and tunes are leveling and no longer using their shoulder enchants or running Legion content, there's going to be less supply for the Blood of Sargeras, and a lot of these items are going to be a lot harder to craft. Another item that you might consider investing in are jewel craft. These take Legion gems to craft, and if you can get them on your realm for really cheap, or the gems for really cheap, these are going to be a pretty good investment for toy collectors and people going for the toy meta. So the next item that you might consider investing in is Trigger. This is a battle pet that's crafted with engineering, and it takes 50 Blood of Sargeras to craft. I hopped on the Undermine Journal and found a bunch really cheap on Ragnaros US, and I happen to have around 50k on this realm, so I'm probably going to end up investing in probably these under 4k, and I'm going to be able to take them, and I can probably flip them right now for between 20 to 40k on most of my low pop or medium pops. But I think I'm just gonna buy these out and stash them in my guild bank or in my inventory and see if the prices go up in a few months when BFA drops. So the next lowest realm I found on NA was Proudmoore US, and they're listed here for around 5k. Looks like there's 6 here at 5k, so I'm gonna buy these out. I do have 500,000 gold liquid on this realm, so a little bit more to play with. And I think I had around 50k or 60k worth of sales in my mailbox, so it's gonna cover these purchases. So yeah, we ended up selling a transmog, I think this is a sword for 2k. Another sword for 400 gold, which isn't very much. But we had a pretty big sale with the Ethereum Nexus Reaver for 55k after the auction house cut. I think I paid half of this, probably, I want to say like 30k or 35k. But I'll have to check my TSM later and see how much I paid for it. And then I bought a Toria's Perseverance for 400 gold, which is insanely low. I think these usually go for at least 5k on most realms, so it's gonna be a nice flip. Anyways, that's gonna be it for this video. Sorry it took me so long to roll out, but I accidentally deleted my old footage, and when I went to go edit, had nothing. I ended up re-recording everything tonight, and I plan to edit it before I go to bed and have it render to have up on Sunday morning for those of you in the US, and Sunday evening for those of you in EU. Anyways, thanks so much for watching, and as always, a huge shout out to my supporters on Patreon. Hope you guys all had a great weekend, and I look forward to seeing all of you in BFA. Late.